So hello all, so in this tutorial we are going to create or the learn how to create the Python virtual environment. So the main agenda to create the Python virtual environment is like it's very simple. So what will happen is if you just see from the our local system perspective, so there are two environment actually. One is the global environment and one is the virtual environment. So what will happen whenever you are working with the Python? So first thing is we need to be that Python need to be installed in our global environment, and like whenever you install any libraries from the Python packages like pip install a library name, so it will get installed into the global version of the Python our environment. So what will happen? So it will create some dependency issues. Like for example, if you're working with multiple projects and some projects are having, the specific library versions conflict. So what will happen? For example, if a particular project is needed the pandas version of 2 point something, and another project is needed something else like less version like 1.1. So what will happen if you install those in the global version? So it will create the conflict over there. So it's always better to create these separate virtual environment for your each project. So just we'll move ahead and we'll create the virtual environment for our one of the project, and we'll see practically how it's going to work. So there are two ways to do it. One is like directly we can do with the our command prompt, and another way is we can do with the uh, our VS Code, with help of the VS Code, by just installing some Python extension. So just we'll see the sophisticated way of doing it, like using the CMD. So first thing, just we need to create the folder. Okay, just I am in my local folder directory. Just create the working directory. So just I am just going to create the just test environment, test underscore env, test underscore env file. So just I will open it. Just open this folder, and there is a best way to open the CMD within this particular folder. Like you can directly open the CMD and route to this folder by just giving the command like cd and all. But better way to just type in the the search bar and just type CMD. When you type CMD, so what will happen means it will directly take you to in this particular directory with the CMD. So prerequisites are like we have to install the Python before creating the environment, like which version you want to install. Let's check if the Python version is there in my system or not. It's there for me actually. So I have the Python version of 3.11.9. So before you going to this process, you have to install the Python in Python interpreter in your local system. There are two ways again to install. You can directly go to the Microsoft Store and the install. Let me quick show to you how it's going to be. Just a second. So. mm, Yeah, just go to Microsoft Store and you can install there. Let me show it out. Just let me go to store. Yeah, just type Python or any specific version you wanted. Yeah, you can see many versions are there. Like I have installed the Python 3.11, which is already installed. This is the one way you can do it. Or just another way is what you can do is you just go to Google and search for the Python downloads. Then there are many versions. You just directly go to the Python organization website, its official website, and there are many releases from the Python side. The version you want, like which is sophisticated for, or it's suitable for your project, you can directly go and download here. So the second thing is, later on when you come here, so second step is uh, Yes, okay. So we have check. We need to check the Python version if it is there or not after installing by this particular command Python hyphen hyphen version. So then what we can do is we have to run this command to create the Python environment. See, currently I am in this project directory, tutorials project. Then this is my working directory. Okay. So the you have to type, see if my Python version is 3.11, so you might have the different, so just make sure that you are typing right Python 3.11, then hyphen m, then venv, which is nothing but virtual environment. Then you have to give any name for your virtual environment, so I'm giving my environment, so my env, and just hit the enter. It will take a bit minute, just please wait. Yeah, now it got installed. We'll directly go to in our folder and we can check there. Yeah, you can see the one folder has created called mynv. So this is nothing but a virtual environment. So going forward, whenever we install any libraries for from the Python, we'll directly install in this project in this particular environment. So that will not create the conflict with our global environment. So how we can do that? Like just I'll show the quick demo. We're using VS Code. How we can do it? So we have to install the we have to open this particular directory within the VS Code. You can directly open the VS Code and open the folder from there as well, or we have the shortcut to open it. Just type CMD here. Just type CMD here. Then type code dot code space dot. So what it is doing exactly is it is going into this particular directory and opening the VS Code. To make this particular command runnable, you have to be install the VS Code within your system. So later on I will create that also, how to install the VS Code in your system. So just hit enter. Now automatically VS Code will get open in this particular environment. So we can see the test environment is our working directory and my environment is our uh, uh, virtual environment. So what you can do is you just click on setting, no, not setting, just click on three dots or go to terminal and new terminal. So when you go to terminal, just open this live virtual environment, click on scripts and copy the relative path of this activate.ps1 file. So just copy relative path and paste it in terminal and hit enter. So now you can see our my virtual environment, this my env got activated. That means now whatever I install, pip install pandas. So what it do is it won't install on the global environment, it install within this particular environment. Just let's see it started installing the libraries. Yeah, now pandas library got installed. So for example, now if you want to share this virtual environment with anyone, like for example you and your teammate is working for the same project and like you want to share whole things and the whole dependencies with him, like whatever you installed during your project development. So there some concept will call the requirement.txt file. So just to create that requirement.txt file whatever with the installed version, what you can do is like just type pip fridge frwze greater than requirements.txt. So when you type this command and hit enter, so one requirement.txt file will get automatically generated. If you open it, it is having all the installed versions of your in your particular environment. So what you can do is you can just share this requirement.txt file with your teammates or the colleague and tell him to create the virtual environment and install this requirement.txt file within that environment. So everything it will just like a copying for your virtual environment and pasting in your teammate virtual environment. So this way the version conflict will may not happen. So if you want to install this pip this directly requirement.txt file within the virtual environment, just simple command, just pip install -r require requirements.txt txt. I'm not going to hit enter because some libraries are already installed. Just hit enter, automatically this requirement.txt file will get installed. So this is the one way to create the virtual environment and work with this. And another way is the lazy way, like you can directly don't need to this command and all if you don't have enough time to do it. So what you can do is simply just I'm deleting this environment and all to just to show the second way. uh, mm, just a second, I'm just cutting this tab. Okay, I will let me remove all these terminal and all. Yes. Delete. Okay, what we can do is now it is fresh enough. Like it is a very initial. We came back to the initial step. So we have to open this folder within the VS Code. You can directly open the VS Code and select folder there and open this particular folder, or else you can just type the similar way which I told you. Just type CMD, then code dot space dot. Then later on, what you can do is just go to settings, click on the before that we have to install this Python extension for this VS Code. Just type Python and install this particular. I'm already installed, so I'm not getting button to install it. So you can, if you haven't installed, then you will get the button to install that. Just go ahead and install. After installing this, click on the setting, go to command palette and search for Python create environment. Like for me, it is telling it is already coming because I searched many times, so it is in top of my list. Just click there. So it will then you will get two options. One is the VNV and another one is Conda. Like Conda is something for if you are working for the ML things, then deep learning and all. For that you have to create the Conda version. But for simple one, like you just create the virtual environment. Just click on the VNV. Even we can work with the VNV also. But for the I suggest like for the deep learning project or for the TensorFlow things, go with Conda. So just click on the VNV. So automatically it will detect the Python versions from your laptop. That means the global version. Like if you see the global keyword is there. So if you have the more Python version installed in your local, like that means in the global version. So those are also will be reflected here. So like I have the Python 3.11.9. So just only one version. Just click on it. See, it is already started creating the virtual environment. Okay, see dot it's a by default name it will give. If you want to check the logs also you can check. Just need to wait for 2-3 minutes. It is downloading all the required things. Like by default it will install some libraries along with while creating virtual environment itself. Okay, so now so it's got installed. Let's cut it and now to activate this, like in the current version of VS Code and the updated versions, like when you automatically create the environment, so it is saying Python environment has successfully activated even .vnv indicator may not be present. That means if it is not, say if that indicator is not there, that means whatever you install it will get installed. It is automatically detecting the this virtual environment within this working directory. If you don't believe, then you can just go to directly the scripts and copy the relative part of the activate.ps1 file. Just copy relative path, just paste it here and hit enter. So this will get installed. Again you can install whatever you want. I'm trying to install the pandas once again. Yeah, it's collecting the package and install. I want to note one more thing here, like if you install this everything very first time, if new laptop, so while running this activate.ps one this particular command, you might get the some execution policy error. So for that I have noted here, I will just give the link for this. I will attach this PPT there just for your reference. So if this command is not runnable, then execution we have to execute the PowerShell command as administrator, and we have to execute one command there actually. So what you can do is, so basically if you are doing very first time, then some this PowerShell commands will be active. Those are will be no, those are will having some restriction to install or to run any command. So for that, you have to install some. So you have to run some script. So I will attach this PPT there to how to solve that. Yeah, that's all from my side. Thank you.